Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the brand new Tis the Season present cards coming today in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 16,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Tons of daily MyTEAM content, and I think we're less than 400 subscribers, around 350 away from that 16K mark, so I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. Without further ado, 10 new cards coming today in addition to Pink Diamond Giannis being the collection lock-in for these first 9. D-Book is buyable by himself, off on his own. He was, I think, originally going to be the collection lock-in, and then when they did this Pink Diamond Giannis card, then all the backlash that happened yesterday, and I feel like it turned into an audible, basically, and D-Book wound up just being his own card that you can buy separately, which is awesome because he can play point guard. Unfortunately, Reeves can't. I was kind of hoping Reeves could because he'd be incredible if he could. Well, let's start at the bottom, work our way up. Chris Middleton, 6'7", 6'10", wingspan, 86 speed, 80 excel, 91 3-ball, 75 driving dunk, pretty good defender, 86 ball handle. Playmaking badges aren't that great, no speed booster. Defensive badges are good. Hoff clamps is nice defensively. He's going to be solid, not probably insane, but probably pretty good. Shooting badges look solid as well. I don't think his release is elite, though. He's not an incredible slasher. Movement-wise, it's nothing special. Pro behind the back is fine. Pro dribble style, pro size is not insane. His release isn't that good. He's pretty mid, to be completely honest. Not a card I'd really recommend using, especially since he can't play shooting guard either. That's a card to stay away from. Really wish Reeves could play point guard, especially since he's only 6'5". With that being said, offensively, this card is awesome, and if you play him next to a defensive point guard, he's an awesome budget card. Very similarly to the way that Nick Young is. Unfortunately, defensively, Reeves is actually not that bad of a defender in real life, but they didn't really swoop him up defensively. He's not the slasher that Nick Young is, so this card also is honestly a little bit of a disappointment. There was a lot of potential with this Reeves card, but the lack of defense is going to hurt him. The fact he's not that good of a slasher, which I did expect. His release is really nice. He's got a good fade, and his dribble style is elite. Pro behind the back as well. He moves quite well. The only problem with the card, well, there's a couple. Number one, he can't defend very well. Number two, he doesn't play point guard. He's kind of small at shooting guard. Number three, he's not that great of a slasher. All three of those issues are going to be problems. He's a great shooter and a great playmaker, so offensively he'll be fun, but overall, not all that great. Wiggins, also 6'7", 7-foot wingspan. I mean, he looks okay. 92 speed is very good for a wing. He's pretty versatile defensively. Solid playmaker, although no speed booster, so not really. Elite slasher, though, which is very nice. Release isn't great on Wiggins, but it's not terrible. Ron dribble style isn't bad. Normal leaner's fine. His animations look meh. This card as a whole looks meh. 84 KMT for him. I mean, defensively, he's pretty good. He's probably about as good as Michael Beasley. So he's going to be a good small forward, but not one of the very best in the game. But a very, very solid one. Like on the level of, Andre Kirilenko, maybe? I don't know. Probably not, though. AK, I mean, he's more versatile than AK offensively for sure, but defensively, AK hasn't beat, so I don't know. Between like that AK and Beasley range, so somewhere in the 6, 7, 8 range at the small forward position, probably. Julius Randle, 6'8", 7-foot wingspan. 86 speed, 83 3-ball, 85 standing and driving dunk, 84 interior, 83 perimeter, 83 lateral, 80 steal, 80 block. Defensively, I mean, not bad on the interior. He's 6'8". That's like, He doesn't really have great playmaking or great shooting. Defensively, though, I mean, he's pretty good. No clamps. Like, I think this card is Jared Vanderbilt level. Maybe James Worthy level, maybe a little bit better. Maybe. I don't know. He's got a little bit of playmaking. He can definitely playmake a bit, but not incredibly. And he's athletic. He is going to be a good finisher, but probably not insane. He's just not that big compared to a lot of the power forwards people are using. As a whole, none of these Amethysts jump off the page at me as like elite budget options. Sabonis at 7'1". If he was faster, this card would be really intriguing because he can stretch the floor. He's not a terrible defender, but he doesn't have anchor. He doesn't have clamps. He's pretty slow at this point. At this point, we're getting to the point where these bigs all have like 85 to 90 speed that most people are running. Whether it's Hakeem or Kareem or D-Rob or if Anthony Davis is going to get run a lot. He came out today. Like a lot of the bigs people are using now can kind of stretch the floor a little, but also fast. Sabonis stretches the floor better than most of those guys, although I think D-Rob and AD probably better as shooters as well. But the problem with Sabonis is that he's just really slow, and he's not a great defender, so I just don't think he's that good of a card. Good size at center, which is nice at 7'1", but not a card I'd probably recommend as well over some of the other options. Jrue Holiday is probably going to be the worst of the diamonds, although 6'5" at point guard is decent size. 91 speed, 93 ball. 70 driving dunk isn't amazing. He's not a great slasher. Offensively, he's not that exceptional. I mean, silver speed booster, bronze blow by, silver handles for days, and hyperdrive. Hoff needle threader and unpluckable. Defensively, he's awesome, though. Hoff 94 feet, ankle braces, challenger, fast feet, glove, right stick gripper, and pick dodger. This card is going to be a menace on the defensive end of the court. Oh my gosh. If you are looking to run a scoring guard at the 2, like a Nick Young, for example, if you're a budget player, This Jrue Holiday might be the perfect point guard for you because he's actually got really good size at 6'5", and he is exceptional defensively. Hoff 94 feet, Hoff right stick gripper. You run him next to Ron Artest and run a press. You can press all game as long as those guys are in the game with incredible success. This card is going to be awesome on the defensive end of the court. He is nasty. If his release is decent at all and his movement is okay, we'll see. I'm going to do gameplay with this card for sure today because Jrue Holiday, not the biggest name compared to the other 4 diamonds that we are getting today, obviously. These are 4 of the top 10 to 15 players in the entire league. And then you have Jrue Holiday. Not quite on that level. Still a very good player, but not quite on the same level. With that being said, though, awesome card at the point guard position. This is a card that I do not want you to sleep on. If his release and movement are good at all, defensively he is exceptional. He's going to be one of the very best point guards in the game simply because of how elite he is defensively. He looks like the best defensive PG in the game by a pretty significant margin on the perimeter, honestly. Kawhi Leonard at 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan, hotspots from both corners and both wings, everywhere inside the three-point line. So that's a really good looking card. 90 speed, 89 3-ball, 85 driving dunk. So he's much more versatile as a playmaker. I want to compare Kawhi, AD, and Tatum all to their Amethysts and Devin Booker as well. We're going to compare these next 4 guys to their Amethysts just to take a look at what they actually look like on the compared to their old cards, just to see how big of a difference. In case y'all used their old cards, because I think a lot of these guys, all Kawhi, D-Book, Tatum, and AD, I used all of those guys' old cards a lot at the beginning of the year. So, and even recently some. So, new Kawhi has a minus 35 shot IQ, which is a good thing because all the stats get distributed in other places. Way better slasher, solidly better shooter, solidly more athletic, way more versatile defensively, 90 plus interior, 97 lateral, 97 steal, 82 block is a plus 32 is huge. He is so much more versatile defensively, way better rebounder, faster. He is so much better. Hoff catch shoot corner specialist versus mediocre shooting badges, although he doesn't get limitless range, and I don't think he gets his badges upgraded either, so that's a real shame. No limitless range is a little bit disappointing, especially at the 2. Hoff posterizer, though, insane defense, including that Hoff anchor badge, which is so fire. We'll have to go see if he has any next-gen badges that are different as well. He does have gold speed booster, gold handles for days, gold blow by, gold bailout. That's huge. Silver break starter. Those are big badges right there. So that's a dub, even with no unpluckable. I'm a fan of that. This Kawhi looks significantly better than the Amethyst. I just want to check his next-gen badges real quickly. See what he's got. He's got 94 feet as well, and right stick gripper. Oh my gosh, let's go! This Kawhi is so souped. He's probably better than Artest because he's bigger than Artest. Artest is elite too, though. This card is probably a slightly better Ron Artest, is what you're looking at with this Kawhi, because he can play the 2. Neither of them have limitless range. Kawhi's a little bigger. They're both exceptional all the way around. Both good playmakers, both good slashers. As a whole, that Kawhi, though, I mean, this is the second best shooting guard in the game after Kobe. Probably, is what I'm saying with Kawhi. I think he's probably as good or better than Jimmy Butler, considering he's got that Hoff 94 feet as well. Pressing might become kind of meta with how many of these guards are elite defenders. I'm just throwing that out there, but regardless. Jason Tatum, let's compare him to his Amethyst as well. Let's overview the card first, and then we'll compare him to his Amethyst. Overviewing the card, looking at his badges, he's got Posterizer, Precision Dunker, Slithery, Agent 3, Blinders, Hyperdrive, Killer Combos, Clamps, Off-Ball Pest. Good defender, great slasher, great shooter, elite all-around card. He can shot create pretty well. He's got gold speed booster, got gold blow-by, bailout, physical handles, silver handles for days, no unpluckable, but defensively he's good, pretty versatile. Wish he had anchor, brick wall, or removal enforcer, at least one of those 3, but that's okay. Animation wise, did not speed up his release, but it's still good. He's still got his same SIGs, which I will admit are not amazing. I don't love Jason Tatum's SIGs. At the 3 at 6'8", he's good. I think LeBron is better than him at the 3. I think Luol Deng might be better as well. He and Deng are probably relatively close, to be completely honest. This Tatum card is very, very good, though. There's no doubt about that. He is a top 3 small forward in the game in all likelihood. I think he's probably better than KD. He's a lot better than his Amethyst as a whole, like a lot better than his Amethyst. And his Amethyst is still a pretty good, versatile, well-rounded card. This Tatum card is awesome. He looks like an absolute elite option at the small forward position. I think he and Luol Deng are like 2A and 2B at the small forward position behind LeBron. AD, I'm wondering how he is at power forward compared to like Giannis, KG, guys like that. 88 speed is really good. 82 3-ball is super solid as well. That's better than Giannis and KG, both by a decent chunk. Does not get limitless range or Agent 3 or blinders or anything like that. That's okay. Does have blow by. He needs bailout and break starter upgraded on him, so probably make sure you get those on him if you do get the card. Defensively, he looks really, really solid. Let's check what his next gen badges are if he gets anything extra. I guess he gets Hoff Big Driver, Hoff Immovable Enforcer. That's fire. We'll take Hoff Immovable Enforcer. No clamps unfortunately, as well. I was kind of hoping for clamps, especially at the power forward position, because I think I want to run AD as my backup power forward, but he's still a much more versatile, more well-rounded defensive card, just overall card than a guy like Chet Holmgren, a lot faster than Chet. Should be a really, really solid shooter. His release is nice. CP dribble style honestly isn't bad either. Pretty good push cross out of that. So he's going to move pretty good at the power forward position compared to some of the slower power forwards like Bosch and Chet. This card, best power forward in the game is probably Giannis. After that, it's going to be between AD and KG, and AD can also speed boost with a ball handle shoe and with Mike D'Antoni, who I do happen to have as my coach, whereas KG cannot, so that's a plus for AD as well. I'm just going to say, me personally, I think I like this Anthony Davis card on paper at least more than I like KG, so to me, even without the clamps badge, so to me personally, yeah, I think AD is the second best power forward in the game after Giannis, if not arguably the best, but probably Giannis is a little better still. And then you have Devin Booker, who, if he holds any defense at all, is the best point guard in the game. The question is, how good is he defensively? 89 defensive rating, 93 speed, 94 three-ball, hotspots from literally everywhere on the court. Finishing-wise, wow, they didn't give him posterizer or precision dunker. That's really disappointing. At least give him defense. Okay, good enough. Silver clamps, silver chase downer, silver challenger, silver pick dodger. The silver clamps is the main thing that I really want to see. No glove or interceptor. I can live with it. He has gold speed booster, half handles for days, half hyperdrive, half limitless, half blinders, half agent 3, catch and shoot, deadeye. With his fade and his shooting badges, he is going to be, oh my gosh, he's going to be miserable to play against. He's got all the finishing badges inside. He's got an AD driving dunk, so he's going to be a good finisher, but I actually don't mind the fact that they didn't give him like gold posterizer or gold precision dunker, because I don't think D-Book needs to be an elite level slasher. I think he's going to be a pretty solid one as is, and he doesn't need to be phenomenal as a slasher. I mean, defensively, he's pretty good. 86 perimeter, 88 lateral, 78 interior is actually not bad. He looks like he's going to be pretty similar to Cade Cunningham defensively. I think this is the best point guard in the game. Yes, he's only 6'5". Isn't Booker previous years 6? I don't know. Well, he's 6'5" on his Amethyst as well. Let's compare him to his Amethyst. Let's just see. I think it's a significant statistical difference. That Amethyst is still tough to stop, by the way. I keep comparing them to the Diamond version on accident. And then after this, I think this video might be going on a little long, so if it is, I apologize. But plus 14 speed, plus 9 excel, plus 10 vertical, plus 12 seal ball, plus 10 strength. Those are like ridiculous. Defensively, oh my gosh, it's not even comparable. Slashing wise, same thing. And defense, I mean, shooting wise, I mean, it's incredible. Minus 40 shot IQ. This card is way better than the Amethyst. Badge wise, also way better as a shooter, way better as a playmaker, way better defensively. Even though he's still not insane defensively, he's so much better. And slashing wise, also a bit better, which is, I mean, that's nice. Like, I don't think he's a great slasher. Honestly, the slashing got upgraded less than I expected. I expected an 85 driving dunk, gold limitless, or gold precision dunker, and gold posterizer. I expected that. And he didn't get that. And honestly, I'm okay with that, because I think D-Book is going to be the best 300 guard in the game by a pretty wide margin right now, and the best point guard in the game by a decent chunk as well right now. I think you're pretty much going to play against him every single game. 183,750 MT for D-Book specifically is an awesome price. People were worried he was going to be significantly more expensive because he's the one piece you need for Kobe, and they're letting you buy him individually, but he's the price of a regular diamond as well, which is fire. Good job, 2K, this week, salvaging this content with this Friday drop being one of the very best of the entire year, because D-Book does not have to be locked in for, and he is the card that goes towards Kobe. Other great cards like Kawhi, Tatum, AD, the option for a Giannis that you can lock in with some updated cards that you didn't lock in for the diamond. I will say that Pink Diamond Giannis, that is the lock-in for this Tis the Season set today. That PD Giannis, for locking in these other 9 cards, is not worth it at all, in my opinion, unless, and I think you could make the argument for it being worth it potentially if you're relatively new to the game and did not lock in for Diamond Giannis, because PD Giannis is very much as good as that Diamond Giannis at the power forward position. Still the best power forward in the game, in my opinion. That card is exceptional. I just don't think there's any point in locking in for him if you already have the Diamond. And he could potentially make your team a lot better if you're one of those guys who are kind of new to my team. I know there's some kind of comp type and some sweat guys out there. My boy Greatest is kind of coming back to my team. There's some other guys coming back to my team a bit recently, with the potential for some tournaments coming up in the future. In a couple months, we'll see. But for people like that, this set might be worth locking in to get that Giannis if you don't have the Diamond, for example. But as a whole, awesome set. Excited to do gameplays today. I know I rambled a little bit, and this video is a little longer than normal, so I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.